Handling offenses in the church part 2 is what this video is all about. Thank you so much for joining me again. Those of you that are here for the first time, you're welcome. I'm glad to see you here. My name is Pastor Victor and I'm glad to have you here. Please subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification, and anytime I drop a video like this, it will get to you. Returning subscribers, thank you so much. May God bless you. In a previous video, I talked about offenses in the church, and somebody sent me some messages, and that inspires why I want to deal with this second part. Now, I want to say this. Being offended in a church, like I said in the first video, is not an intentional thing. It could just be because of some misunderstanding. It could just be because somebody was honestly, never thought of offending you, but because of the way things turned out, people get offended, and it brings a lot of issues along the way. But the truth of the matter is, nobody intentionally decides to hurt anybody in the house of God. If that happened, then that person has certainly sold his soul to the devil. That's what I said. Nobody will intentionally want to hurt anybody in the house of God, because that's not why we go to church. We go to church to worship God, to serve God, to hear his word, and to be a blessing to the community. So there is no reason why somebody will intentionally want to hurt a fellow worshiper. But definitely these things happen, because Jesus said it is not possible that offenses will not come. It will definitely come. But when it comes, there are ways to handle it, which we highlighted in that video. But what I want to deal with today is the reason, some of the reasons why people get offended is not really because somebody really did something wrong. I want to give you 3 reasons why people really get offended in the house of God these days. Number 1 is one of the reasons that has been responsible for a greater number of offenses in the church is pride. Pride is one of the most dangerous things that can be in the life of any believer. And when you see somebody says they're offended in church, ask them what happened, and you will discover that whatever reason they bring up cannot hold water. So it's definitely an issue of pride, deep-seated pride, because the very things they tolerate outside, the very things they tolerate in their office, the very things they tolerate in their social clubs, when issues come up in church that does not even measure to the things they tolerate outside, they want to take it out on everyone because they expect the church to be perfect. Yes, excellence should be there. But the truth of the matter is, there is no perfect church. Until Jesus comes, there is no perfect church. There's no church that is perfect, because as long as people like you are still in church, the church is not going to be a perfect place. We are all striving towards perfection. So as long as human beings are in church, don't expect the church to be perfect, because you don't think the same way the other person thinks. You don't reason the same way the other person reasons. You don't see things from the same point of view. There are different points of view. People have issues. So when you differ with people, it doesn't mean that those people hate you or you hate them. No. Now, when we do not tolerate, when we don't have tolerance for one another, it's an issue of pride. Because what you expect people to tolerate in your life, you can't tolerate in other people. Even when people make some mistakes, you see that mistake as one of the heinous crimes that has been committed against you. But these are the same things you tolerate in your social gatherings. These are the things you tolerate in your festivals. These are the things you tolerate in other places you go to. But when you come to the house of the Lord, you behave as if, the whole world is against you. No, that thing is pride, and you have to deal with it. The house of God is a place that should be tolerant. They should be tolerant in the house of God. I'm not saying that people must be given the opportunity to offend. No, what I'm saying is, if anything comes up, give the benefit of the doubt. Follow biblical prescriptions. Talk to somebody and resolve it. Don't make it look as if everybody came there against you in particular. Because doing this, you're opening up yourself for Satan to use you and destroy the unity of the church. So let it be that you deal with the pride in you that will not allow you to look at somebody else's excesses and tolerate it. Jesus hanging on the cross, they said to him, you came to save others, you cannot save yourself. They said to him, deliver yourself, as you were claiming to deliver others. They said all kind of things to Jesus. He should have been angry, but he said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. Why can't you tolerate the smallest mistakes people do? Why can't you tolerate the smallest excesses of people? You expect perfection, but you are not perfect. That is pride, my brother. That is pride, my sister. And you have to deal with it. So pride is the reason why many people get offended in church, because they feel too important to be offended. But if you are following Jesus, this is one of the things that will happen to you. The second reason why people get offended is deep-seated issues they have not dealt with. Listen to me. Somebody said the church is like a hospital. Many people come with different ailments. Some have head problems, some have eye problems, some have ear problems, some have back problems, some have stomach problems. People have different issues, and they respond to treatment differently. But there are people that have gone through so many terrible experiences in the society. So when they now come to church, they come with those hurts. They come with those pains. They come with those issues that have not been resolved. And then when somebody does something that might look like what they have gone through, they blow up. They blow up. Any attempt that might resemble anything that has happened to them in their life before they came to the church, oh, you see them explode like dynamite. Listen to me. Your issues must be dealt with. That's why you need to go for counseling. Sit down and deal with the issues that you have been carrying, because those deep-seated wounds not dealt with is making you a walking time bomb. You need to deal with those issues. That's why you get offended at every small thing, because it triggers something in your mind. It triggers something in your memory. And once that happens, there is chaos everywhere. So you need to deal with that thing. The third reason why people get offended easily in church is what I call satanic repackaging. You see, Satan is after your salvation, and he knows that being in that ministry, you're going to be helped, you're going to be taught, you're going to be mentored, you're going to be developed. So he sees that you are going to be helped to become a stronger person, to be able to carry others. What does he do? He brings up issues that will cause offense, especially with people you don't even expect. It could even be the pastor, could be the pastor's wife, could be the leaders, anybody that you least expected certain things from. It can come up. Nobody is above temptation. But you see, he's doing that thing because he doesn't want you to be in that church. He doesn't want you to be in that ministry. He doesn't want you to be where you will be developed, where you will be mentored, where you will be discipled to become one that can also disciple others. And so, once that happens, the next suggestion is you have to leave that church. How many churches have you left so far? That's what he did to Adam. The moment he gave Adam the fruit to eat, the next thing is that the Bible says Adam was chased out of the garden and he went and tilled the ground. Remember, it was to till the ground in Eden. But because Satan didn't want him in Eden, he had to repackage him, and he left and started tilling the ground somewhere else, doing the same thing he was doing, but definitely not in Eden. Satan is after your fellowship life. He's after your faith. He's after the purpose of God for your life. That's why he's going to make sure he does whatever is necessary to get you out of where God has planted you. And when you live where God has planted you, where are you going to plant yourself? Where are you going to plant yourself? So refuse to allow Satan repackage you. Refuse to allow Satan repackage you. I believe if you can deal with these three things, it will be very difficult to be offended in the house of God. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think. Send us a message, comment on this video, give us a thumbs up. Let me know what you feel. I'm open to discussions with you anytime, any day. Until I come your way again, may God bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.